Hi, everybody. It's Donna Banks. It is Monday night all over again. We have been on a little hiatus. It was just between the hurricane in Florida and everything that was going on, not knowing which way the hurricane was going to come. And so we just kind of took a break over the hurricane and over Labor Day, but it's really nice to be back. It's really nice to be back. We did an outstanding interview tonight on Zoom In On A F.R.E.S.H conversation with Mr. Robert. I want to get his name right. Robert Milo Vasquez. And his new book is entitled The Waters Fall a Journeyer. So the way he explained it to me is that his protagonist goes through these journeys through Ireland and small country towns in Ireland, and he kind of steps back in history. He goes through this waterfall, I believe. And Robert, if I am not saying it's correct, I'm sorry, but it gives you a real history of Ireland and the people and the food, and that's book one. And then book two, he goes further back to the Vikings and how they ate and how they kind of raped and pillaged through the lands, but just a real historical taste of what it's like to be on the other side of the world. So I'm really excited about reading the book. And he came in at the last minute through a connection of a friend of mine, Mr. James Robbins. Thank you so much. I was the person that was supposed to be on Zoom In tonight. He had caught COVID, so couldn't be on. And Robert stepped right in. Thank you, Robert, so much. It was a great interview, very enlightening. And it really just tells people, even as a first-time author, it's going to take you a good 6 months to a year to complete it. And he really didn't even want to end it at 300 pages because there's so much he wanted to talk about. So this journey, the journeyer, is going to travel through time through many different lands. He is a educator, a teacher, the protagonist is, and travels through history to teach children all about the different parts of history. He's also going to put in the Middle Passage in the next couple of books. So hats off to you, Robert, for coming in and being a part of the hood, the authorhood, because it is a dynamic group of people who have decided to take chunks out of their lives to write their stories, whatever the stories are. And you doing a historical story, it really, that takes oof, the intense background that you have to use, the research that you have to use, especially when you're talking about another country. So thank you for that. It's not as simple as when I wrote my first book in the 70s, and I was making sure that people wouldn't get bottled water out of the refrigerator. And, there was no such thing as bottled water in the refrigerator in the 70s. I mean, I think there was Perrier or Perrier, however you want to say it. But, the normal person uh, could not afford Perrier. So it's good to have a good editor. He said he had an excellent editor. He did his through Amazon.com. He self-published, loved it, thought it was a good platform. So if you're looking to do it that way, please do. On the other hand, I don't know that I don't have the skill or the time, but my new publisher is Lee's Press. Please reach out to them if you're interested in starting your own process of writing your book. But let's get to the book festival. The F.R.E.S.H Book Festival in 2024 is in its 13th year. We are so excited. Registration is open, www.freshbookfestivals with an S.net. Please go look around, see if there's something you might be interested in. We're looking for sponsors, of course. You cannot do this. Literacy is a legacy. We can't do this without sponsorship. So I think the sponsorship starts at $250, goes to $3,000. pick something in the middle and help us make this happen. You know, we are in the state of Florida and books are under siege in the state of Florida. We really want to make it, it's called a book explosion for a reason. We want to make sure people understand that taking books off the shelf is not something we should do. It's just not something we should do. Every book on the shelf is not something that you want to read, but every book on the shelf has a story, a history, has knowledge, will take you places you'll never probably go. Like Robert's book is in Ireland. That is really not on my life list to go to, but I would really love to read his book so he can take me on that journey and I'll learn something. I'll be immersed into the the community, the language, the countryside. He said it's beautiful and there's sheep everywhere. And he actually went to the country and did his research while he was there. So listen, if you're ready to write your book and you're scared, you have any kind of hesitation, please reach out to me. Fresh Book Festivals with an S at gmail.com. We will help you through the process. We will point you in the right direction to the people who will help you. We're all here to share the knowledge. We don't want to keep the knowledge. We weren't given this knowledge to keep. We were given this knowledge to share. So back to the Fresh Book Festival, which is held in the beautiful city of Daytona Beach, and it will be 22, 23, 24 in the year 2024. Our filmmaker this year is Sandenise Myers. Oh, I'm so excited. She is a premier filmmaker, producer, writer. Please look her up, SandeniseMyers.com. It's SONTENISH Myers.com. She is an excellent filmmaker. Just picks up every little nuance, make sure that you see everything on the screen that you're supposed to see, has innuendos that are at the beginning, but they come to light at the end. Her lighting is amazing. We had the fortune to have her at the Fresh Book Festival during the epidemic. And so, but you know, that it was online, it just didn't give it the credence and the that it will in a theater large and in charge with a red carpet and people from the community and all over the from Georgia and North Carolina and Arkansas and California and Texas being there to greet her on the red carpet. So Sandenise, thank you very much for agreeing to come to the Fresh Book Festival in 2024. Now, I want to tell everybody, if you are coming, our host hotel is a Daytona 1. It is in Daytona 1, is down, kind of like a downtown area. It's a Marriott property. It's a downtown area close to NASCAR. But that weekend, there's a full-blown jazz festival. So please book your room, book it now. And if you decide not to come, then you can cancel it. But you won't get a room if it's not booked. So please go to Daytona 1 NASCAR. It's right down there in NASCAR. You'll love it there. It's the area has ice cream, bowling, and outside seating areas, and great Chinese food and great burgers. Everything you can walk to. You can walk to the cinema. So while you're here, if you have some downtime, there's plenty to do. So anyway, yeah, make sure that if you're coming, get that that hotel room booked because it's going to fill up fast. Now, we do have some other locations listed on the website, www.freshbookfestivals.net. But so if that one's full, you have somewhere else to go. What can you expect at the book festival this year? Well, we're looking for a book explosion. That's what we're calling it. We want every young person that comes through the door to leave with a book that's signed by an author. And we can't do that without your sponsorship. So please consider a sponsorship. Please consider coming. We have, when you come, you have your own table. It'll either be 6 foot or 8 foot. You have 2 chairs. If you need 3, we'll give you 3. We provide a plastic, dark black plastic book covering for the table. But if you bring your own, that's fine also. There's food that's provided during the 3 days, or if you decide, listen, it's a 3-day event. So I don't have it broken up into, you can come one day, this day, that day. You can't do that. It's a 3-day event. It would just take too much breaking up in order to facilitate putting a cost on every event for every day. So it's a 3-day event, 22, 23, 24 February. I don't know. I just think I'm so overwhelmed that we're in our 13th year. I know we're probably the baby of the bunch, but just being in the atmosphere that we're in right now, with books being banned and history being thrown out of into the ocean, right? It is very important that we stick to our guns, that we understand that we don't write our own history, somebody else writes it for us. If we don't write our own history, somebody writes it for us. If we don't write about our own challenges and things that make you smile, if we don't write about our own love stories, listen, it's easy to write about how awful things have been, right? It's not that it's easy, but it's more prevalent and people do. But can we write about how we Black love? Can we write about Black family? Can we write about how important it is to keep our traditions, our Kwanzaa, our macaroni and cheese? I know it's not good for you, but listen, I mean, if you do it twice, 3 times a year, it's not going to kill you. Keep those recipes that grandma, left you, to keep the camaraderie that when you are in a new place, you can walk past someone that's melanated and speak, and you can feel a kindred spirit. We want to keep that. We don't want that to go away. That's what people want. We cannot lose that kindred spirit. So the Fresh Book Festival, it is in the beautiful city of Daytona Beach. Thank you to the city of Daytona Beach for being a sponsor each and every year. We could not do it without you. To Commissioner Paula R. Reed, who is the drum major for literacy, because literacy is a legacy for her community. And we want you to come on out. Listen, book clubs, come. Seniors, it's $5 to get. It's $5. If you're a student, if you're a professor, if you're a teacher, if you teach something, it's free to get it, right? To the general public, it's $8. We do not want to make this event something that you won't come to because you can't afford it. We want it to be affordable. We want it to be fun. We want to celebrate literacy in a way that most people don't even think about. And if we don't celebrate it, people will not be immersed in it. We have to celebrate the fact that we are able to read, because you know what? My grandmother had a very hard time being able to read. She was born in Charleston, South Carolina, picking cotton, wasn't able to read books, wasn't able to be a part of literacy. When I wrote my first book, or I thought about writing my first book, she couldn't believe it. Let's not let them down. Let's not let our ancestors not understand that we understand the privilege that we have to be able to do these things and take part in it. Take part in it. Anyway, I know I'm probably preaching to the choir, but it's the Fresh Book Festival. Please join us. The registration is open. It's going to be a book explosion in 2024. The website is www.freshbookfestivals.net. My name is Donna Gray Banks, and thank you for taking the time to be with me this evening. And thank you to Robert Milo Vasquez for his new book, The Waters Fall, A Journeyer. Thank you for being with us on Zoom In on a Fresh Conversation, which we bring to you every Monday night from 8 to 9 p.m. And thank you again. We'll see you next Monday. Thanks. Good night.